Hello again, clarinet people. Mr. Fitz here, you knew that. And now we're going to be talking about lines 11 and 12, which use the new type of note that they show on the top of the page that has the little stem on it. To see how that has the stem? And we call these half notes. Half note stems can go either up or down. In our case as clarinet players, they all go down right now. But later on, as our notes go higher up the music staff, they can flip to the other direction and look like this one here. Oh, look at it. It says practice a lot. That's good. So half notes, each half note gets 2 counts. Okay? So these are going to sound like ta. And if I do 2 of them in a row, they're going to go ta, ta. And I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't say ha, ha, but I said ta, ta. So if you watched the previous video about tonguing your notes is super important. So you want to make sure that you start your notes, all right? All right, and then the half rests, they look like whole rests, don't they? Except that they stick upward, all right? The first one of a measure, you'll count 1, 2, and the second one of a measure, you'll count 3, 4. So you'll see how this works when we get down here to half the price. So watch half the price. Notice that we have 3 notes, and they're half notes, and then we have a half rest. So this is going to sound like this. Ta, 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 3, 4, because it's at the end of the measure, okay? Now, the thing of it is, in looking at this, do you see how these 3 notes are on that bottom line? So hopefully you know which one of our 3 notes, E, D, or C, is found on the bottom line of the staff. Then you have a rest. Now the next 3 notes go below the staff. They're hanging underneath. And again, over here, you can check. Hopefully you know which one of these are. And then over here, we got 3 more notes in a row that are even lower with a line through them. And again, you look over here and you figure out which ones those are. Another rest. Then only 1 note, but it's the one that's under the staff. And then finally, they give you a whole note of the note that has the line through it under the staff, all right? Now, what I'm going to recommend we do, let's play the first 2 measures first, all right? So, try to play along with me. 1, 2, ready, begin. All right? And actually, I should be looking at my notes, shouldn't I? Let me do that again. 1, 2, ready, begin. All right, so that time I was looking at my notes. All right, now, to play the whole song, I just have to prepare myself to look ahead a little bit and be prepared with the fingering that I have to do the correct note. And again, this is going to take a little practice, but what I'd recommend you do, practice 2-measure chunks of it. So you do the first 2 measures, figure out what the notes are, make sure that you know what they are, and then tap your foot 2 beats for each of those and 2 beats for the rest. Then once you get that, figure out the next 2 measures and then try to do all 4. Then do the next 2 measures and then do all 4. And then finally do the last 2 measures and then do all 8. All right, did I say all 4? I meant to say all 6. All right, so now I'm going to play the whole song for you. Here goes. 1, 2, ready, begin. And looking ahead, getting ready. And looking ahead, getting ready. And looking ahead. That's a great song. Okay? Now, here's the thing. It's going to take practice, but you really want to master that, okay? Remember to ta your notes, ta, okay? Now, Cardiff by the Sea, number 12, is similar, but it's different in the sense that, look at this. Do the notes stay the same or do they switch? And hopefully you can see that they switch, right? So the strategy on this one, you only have 2 beats, but you're going to look at the first 3 notes, play the first note. As you're playing it, your eyes are looking ahead, preparing yourself to switch your fingers. And you don't have any time really, you don't have a breath or you don't have any rest, so you have to be ready to switch at the moment that you hit that beat. You're going to switch that note, okay? And it takes a little bit of practice. Then you have a rest where you can look ahead, all right? And again, if you do this in 2-measure chunks, Make sure you got that, then do these two. Same idea, then do all four. Do these two, then do all six. And then do these two, and then do all 8. So if you do it in individual sections, it'll work better. All right, so I'm gonna play it for you. Again, the idea is you have to make switches as you go. Your goal is gonna be to work it out, try to play along with me. Here we go. Number 12. 1, 2, ready, go. So there you have it. Now, I know it's easy for me, but it will be easy for you too if you practice each day. Now remember, that's really super duper important, okay? So have fun practicing number 12, Cardiff by the Sea.